we are getting between 200 and 250. And when I am renting, one room costs $100. So it means all what I call my salary goes to rentals. Because I have children, I cannot rent one room. What am I going to eat? There's also this thing of political interference and intimidation. Teachers may face pressure or fear of victimization during election or strikes because we don't earn much. So we resort to industrial action, and we are not allowed to do that. A person can be dismissed or charged. And there is limited motivation in schools. This is due to lack of incentives, recognition, and support. During David Coulthard's time, 2009 to 2013, teachers were in a jovial mood because of incentives, and he would buy books for children in schools.
The views and opinions expressed in these videos are for those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily reflect the official position or views of Point 5 Creative Studios. Content presented is for informational and discussion purposes only.
Sis Shumi, would like you to tell us about your life as a teacher. How you came to be a teacher and what led you to be in the profession, and probably roughly how long you've been in the profession and which grades or which form you teach, so that people can have a rough idea about who you are in the teaching profession.
All right. I started teaching in 2001. I'm a primary school teacher. I trained as a teacher because most of my family members are teachers. My father was a teacher, a head. Most of my brothers and sisters are still teachers. And I'm currently teaching grade 5.
Wow, that's
right. Hello?
I just want to say that's a critical time in primary education.
Very true. So we are having problems with our low salaries. Teachers earn salaries that are far below the cost of living or below the poverty datum line. Salaries are not being reviewed. They are not being reviewed. So teachers are suffering that we are failing to pay for our rentals, to buy food, to pay for our children's school fees, and many more. There's poor working conditions, inadequate teaching materials, and overcrowded classrooms. Teacher-people ratio is not good. A class can hold about between 50 to 80 learners being taught by one teacher. So it compromises the passing of children. There is also lack of technology due to lack of electricity. We cannot use our computer labs because there won't be electricity if you are lucky to have a lab. There's also this thing of political interference and intimidation. Teachers may face pressure or fear of victimization during election or strikes because we don't earn much. So we resort to industrial action, and we are not allowed to do that. A person can be dismissed or charged. And there is limited motivation in schools. This is due to lack of incentives, recognition, and support. During David Coulthard's time, 2009 to 2013, teachers were in a jovial mood because of incentives, and he would buy books for children in schools. There is also poor communication with authorities. Our grievances as teachers are often ignored or met with threats.
Okay. Can you tell us about the salary? You say you've got low salaries in your schools. What amounts are we looking at as teachers?
Between 200 and 250. We are getting between 200 and 250. And when I am renting, one room costs $100. So it means all what I call my salary goes to rentals. Because I have children, I cannot rent one room. What am I going to eat? How am I going to pay for my child's school fees or my children's school fees? How am I going to go to work? Most teachers have resorted to working when they are going to school. And you have to wake up very early for you to be on time, and you'll be tired when you get to school, and you won't be able to teach the children well.
Okay. You say that there was a time you were getting a good enough salary, and that was the time when you were working, during the time when Minister Coulthard was in office. Please, can you tell us what kind of salaries or remunerations that word, were you getting during the time?
All right. During this time, we're getting around 540. 540, and we're also given incentives in the form of money again by our minister, the former Minister of Education.
You mentioned something about the ratio of students to teacher. What is supposed to be the ratio of student to teacher right now? What is
1 is to 25. 1 is to 25.
That's what you had been trained, that you're supposed to handle 25 students in a class.
Yes.
And
but it's almost 4 classes.
oh, that's very, very, very sad to hear. So how does this affect the students when you're having ratios of students of 1:50 in a class? How does it affect the students that you're teaching?
The pass rate is affected. It is compromised. They won't pass because the teacher is hungry, teaching on an empty stomach, and the teacher is teaching 4 classes who are in one class, because 80 students, it's not good enough for a teacher, for one person. And how many books am I supposed to mark per day? Let's say I teach 4 subjects. I have to teach 80 times 4.
Wow, that's a lot of
204. A lot of books, yes. That's why most teachers are just dying. We are stressed. We are suffering depression. Most teachers are suffering.
That's very, very sad to know. And would you know that how many do you have the adequate number of teachers besides the student ratio? Probably would say the student ratio is. Would you have an idea how many teachers would a school have and how many they're supposed to have? Roughly, just a rough number, if you might have an idea.
It differs. It differs depending on the school. Other schools have about more than 100 teachers. They are doing hot sitting, but there are 100 teachers, more than 100 teachers. There's hot sitting. Where there's no hot sitting, maybe teachers are 35. 35, but the classes are too big.
That is very, very sad. You do talk about the expenses that you come across with. You've already talked about from the 250 that you're getting, that you're supposed to pay rentals of $100. how then do teachers manage their general lifestyles? Like, you're talking about, you have children, you have transport, you have food. How is that? How do you then manage the gap between what is needed in your family and what you have?
We have now, as teachers, we have now resorted to extra lessons, which is a burden to parents too, because they also don't have money. And we are also vendors. We buy sweets, biscuits, maputi to sell to the children.
Okay, then can you tell us about the community of children that you have? I want to find out, like, okay, the teachers are struggling, but are the children suffering the same problems? Are the children also suffering in the classroom? Do we have children who have financial challenges also from their homes? Because we can't really interview students and ask them about how they're managing.
Most of the children are suffering because as a teacher, I'm supposed to inspect what they eat, and sometimes you see a person or a child on medication is having a packet of maputi or a packet of Zepnex only, or one slice of bread. Or sometimes other children will come to you and say, I didn't carry any food with me in my lunch box. I don't have a lunch box today. And as a teacher, what you eat, that small you eat, you can give it to children, although it is not allowed because a child can get sick. But you will just help.